Hey everybody, Ark Nova here.
And focus heal.
Getting back to some more stuff. Last we left off, we did so much stuff. And now we're doing so much more stuff. God, I hope these I hope these friggin' I just hope these next two upcoming 4 SPGs aren't going to be as lengthy and annoying. I was really involved. But I feel like they're all going to be involved because there's less of them per chapter. Mm-hmm. Are you the Minho that sent out the 4 SPG requests? I see you've got Heron with you too. Thank you for coming, Spriggan. Yes, I'm Minho with Red Star. And you've brought Aaron along. That's very encouraging. Hell yeah, man. With me on board, it's always smooth sailing. Anyway, what's this I hear about the Dragon Chariot going missing? It was over in the main plaza till yesterday, wasn't it? I have a question, actually. What exactly is a Dragon Chariot? Oh, right. I suppose if you're not from Longport, you probably wouldn't be too familiar with it. It's a yearly tradition, kind of a symbolic thing. Every year, the most influential people in Heiwei invest large sums of mirror into prepping a high-class luxury car to put on display. Then they show it off at the Lunar New Year festival to impress anyone with eyes. It's to make sure everyone knows how rich and powerful Heiwei is. I hear in the old days they used to do it with boats and ox carts. Ever since the Red Star came around, though, luxury Orbital cars have been the staple. After the festival, it gets toured around to every location you can think of before eventually being auctioned off. Auctioned off? Then I suppose the Eastern Theater serves as the auction house? That's correct. In fact, the Dragon Chariot was supposed to be brought into the theater today, but we were actually having a meeting about it. Unfortunately, just as we were getting ready to proceed, it disappeared. If we don't do something, our company will be out a huge investment, and that's not even to mention how much it'll inconvenience our partners in Heiwei. Is there any way we can enlist your services to help retrieve the Dragon Chariot? Well, what do you say, old man? Let's see. A car? Sure. Alright, we'll take the case. Heiwei's not really the place to deal with this right now, and I've had my fair share of experience with stuff like this. Besides, as a casual fan of Orbital cars myself, casual, he says, I want to see whoever stole that beauty brought to justice. Casual fan, he says. But I'm with you. We can't just let some 2-bit thieves get away with something like this. I appreciate your support. To be honest, I was pretty worried you might not take the job. It's an incredibly expensive vehicle, after all. If you don't manage to get it back, Red Star will be at a huge financial loss. This may be relevant to the investigation, but exactly how much is the Dragon Cart worth? Let's see. The chassis base is one of Red Star's more pricey models, the Nexus 3. And then you've got the embossing work from a first-class professional, the pure gold ornamental pieces, the gold outer coating. The manufacturing cost alone would be 30 million Mira. 30 million Mira? I can't believe someone would pay that much for a single car. And when it comes time to auction, the highest bidding price usually goes well beyond the original value. There's no doubt the thieves would be able to make rather significant profit from it. I imagine they mean to use the money to fund their criminal activities. From a risk management perspective, this case seems absolutely critical. Alright, first things first. I need you two to tell me of all the details about how the car was being transported to the theater. Any moments you can think of where the car could have been stolen? Yes, you see, the Red Star crew started moving it into the theater around 5 hours ago. They finished about 4 hours ago, after which everyone decided to leave. Unfortunately, right around that time, there was one issue that cropped up. It prevented us from being able to keep a proper eye on the chariot. Oh, what happened? As soon as they started bringing the car in, the revenue service decided to show up for an audit. Sneaky suspicious. Mm-hmm. We were so busy dealing with them, there was no time for anything else. Seems like it took forever, too. The auditors only left a few minutes ago. An audit from the revenue service, huh? So that's how it all ties together. And right after Fanlu just got arrested on false charges of tax evasion. It makes sense that the other businessmen would start being suspected of fraud, too, but you gotta admit, the timing's pretty suspicious. Yes, it's hard to believe it's a coincidence. Either the criminal knew the revenue service's exact schedule, or perhaps, I'm ashamed at our lack of vigilance, but because there are so many crew members on hand, we have assumed everything would be fine. Perhaps some of them noticed something we didn't. Don't you think you should have given them more clear instructions? You guys are the ones in charge, after all. Well, either way, it wouldn't be a bad idea to ask around inside the theater. We just need to take it slow and trace their path, step by step. Let's get to it.
Commencing mission.
I know, Aaron brings a lot out of you. Aaron is the moneymaker. Crazy, like I pick up shard token after freaking shard token, but it still feels like I should have been well beyond 10,000 tokens by now. But I'm not. I'm still lacking. Fuck.
Why don't we see?
No. I'll buy another Nocturnal Soda because I can. Here, and I can.
What would you like?
The Peony Blade script.
Please stop by again sometime.
What's up, Fuka? Sorry to bug you. Aaron? What can I do for you? Actually, those people with you, aren't they? Yeah, we just have a few questions we'd like to ask you. You heard about the Dragon Chariot being stolen, right? Yes, I have. In fact, I even gave them a bit of a hand when they were bringing it in. But I'm sorry, I really don't have any idea when it was taken. Even the smallest detail you can remember might help us. Did you notice anything felt off at the time? I think I might have been a bit paranoid, but I guess there was one thing. About 3 hours ago, someone from Red Star came back to the theater with a big truck. I assumed it was just some additional servicing that needed to be done, but I was so busy at the time, I wasn't able to pay that much attention. That certainly does sound strange. According to Minho, the crew started leaving the theater around 4 hours ago. Even if they had forgotten to take care of something, it would be unusual to send a single person without informing anyone beforehand. And Minho had his hands full with the revenue service right after the actual Red Star crew left. That would have been the best time to get the car out without anyone noticing. Yeah, and I'm betting that Red Star guy she saw was a fake. If he played the part well enough, no way you blink an eye if he stole the car. I'm so sorry, if I had paid more attention, this wouldn't have happened. Nah, it's not your fault, Fuka. Still, don't you think a truck big enough to haul the Dragon Chariot would stand out in a place like Longport? It'd take quite a while to find a place to hide it. Maybe someone involved in transporting the goods might know something. Now that I think about it, the delivery guy, Anthony, runs mail all over town. He's probably got a few contacts in the shipping industry. Wouldn't be surprised if he knows something. Let's get going then.
We go.
And so we go. Newtown is where we got to go. We are not at Newtown.
Let's do this.
Do the thing.
We knew the thing. I know the thing.
You do it.
I know of drugs. I know of treacherous.
Got a question for you.
A truck carrying heavy cargo, huh? Well, I mean, Longport is a harbor city. It's not really unusual to see trucks that big every now and then. But actually, now that I think about it, I do remember seeing a large Red Star truck headed for the harbor district around from the time you mentioned. And you haven't noticed any changes in the area lately, have you? Any workers you haven't seen before renting out storage spaces or boats? Nah, I can't say that I have. Oh, but maybe? Something jog your memory? Well, you remember that warehouse where there was a murder about half a year ago, right? After that happened, most people around here didn't want a thing to do with it. But just recently, one of my clients, a guy named Lai Hong, said his company decided to start renting it. Heard they stopped using it, though. Was wondering if maybe something could happen. Oh, that warehouse. Guess it makes sense people would be avoiding the place. The fact that somebody wanted to rent it at all smells pretty fishy to me. It's also more than big enough to hide not just the car, but the truck carrying it, too. Looks like the harbor's our only lead right now. Let's go see what we can find. Man, of all the places, why did it have to be there? No, it's the Bracer Guild quest. We don't need that yet.
Off we go.
Oh.
Oh, damn. I wonder what happened. Are you Lai Hong? We heard you're the guy that's renting this place out. Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with? We're in the middle of an investigation, and this warehouse came up as a spot of interest. We were told that you had to stop using this one in particular. Is that correct? Yes, that's right. My understanding is that they found some kind of issue related to last year's incident. Yesterday, someone from a security company that oversees the harbor showed up and said they'd be taking it over temporarily. Sneaky times two. And yet, did something else happen? Well, it came by here just a minute ago to take a look, and it seems somebody else has been making use of it. That shouldn't happen if the security company is keeping it under lock and key, though. That is pretty suspicious. I hate to ask, but would you mind letting us take a peek? That's fine, to be honest. I was just sitting here wondering whether I should take a look myself. If we could learn something from it, I don't see the harm. I mean, it is technically your legal space right now. Ha! I knew it. I'm guessing that's not your company's truck, huh? Definitely not. Who in the world brought this thing in here? What's the security company up to? Let's hope the Dragon Chariot is still in there. Having found a suspicious truck inside the warehouse van, the others quickly proceeded to check its cargo. Unfortunately, the delivery bed was completely empty. Well, that's about what I expected. This must have just been a temporary storage for them all along the way. They probably realized how likely it was for the police to check the warehouse. They picked this location as a decoy, just attempting to access the server of the security firm that controls this area. However, there's no record of any new issues being found with this particular warehouse, nor is there a record of them taking temporary custody over it. Seems like the security personnel that informed you that was supposed to issue was an imposter. I can't believe they managed to pull one over on me with such a simple disguise. I feel so foolish. Oh? Kind of sounds like something about him stood out to you. Well, you see, I couldn't help but notice his hair was a rather striking shade of green. Gave me a bit of a startle, honestly. Green hair, huh? That means he'll stand out in a crowd. At any rate, it looks like the thief brought the chariot to the harbor in this truck, and then he transferred to some other vehicle. Whether it was another truck or a boat remains to be seen, though. Let's ask around and see if we can pick up their trail. Ah, yikes. Yeah. I have a feeling when the food gets delivered, I'm going to be mad. Because they're not going to give us our fucking drink.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to Bear Mare.
That's a good law. Now
That's a good baby law.
confirming surroundings. That's a good law. Now do no sweat. Confirming surroundings.
The point of that drone there, I guess. You're not using freaking shard search to freaking just take a gander and everything.
Conducting search.
What's a goose without his gander?
That's a good law. Now do I bypass the secure confirming surroundings.
Oh, get those done.
This thing's as good as unlocked.
Yay! What do I get? Quintet. Water, fire, and wind. Ooh. Let's take a gander at that. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Hey, is that?
That's one of the Marduk Company's high-speed airships.
Looks like Costume's in the middle of something.
Huh?
Got it.
Hey man, if you got time to kill, what do you say to shooting some hoops with me? Basketball, huh? Don't think this hoop was up here last time we were here. Yeah, basketball has gotten pretty popular in Lockport recently, and these guys like to challenge people to games every now and then. Anyway, why not give it a go? Yeah, I want to try. Hey, you're sounding pretty confident there. Not that I mind, of course. Alright, let's join in for a match. Normal. Oh, and not in his house. Oh, he's just.
Think again. Think again.
Too bad.
Dude, I'm wrecking you. Get out of here. 8-0. You suck, dude.
That's a W for me.
That is a W for you. Damn, you've got skills. I thought I had that one in the bag, too. Well, loss is loss. Here's a little something for your trouble. You sure we can have this? Yeah, I think it was my way of saying thanks for the fun game. Hit me up for another round anytime. Just don't plan on clinching another win. What does her fucking thing say? Deeds are fruits. Yeah, okay, whatever.
What?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't fucking know, dude.
Understood.
Deeds are fruits. I don't know, dude. Ooh, that's good. Ew, those cloth of the four beasts. I don't know.
Is that what's actually on her thing?
Yes, that's exactly that. Deeds are fruits.
Deeds are okay. Deeds are fruits. Okay. All right. Very.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Okay. Very.
Yeah, deeds are fruits. Is it almost here?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back then. Alright, deeds are fruits and deeds.
Right. Okay. Next ship should be some Got a question for you.
Got a green hair, Mr. Green Hair?
No green hair.
Suspicious heavy cargo, huh? No, I haven't taken on anything like that myself. Well, actually, it might not be related, but this morning, someone I've never seen before came in to charter a boat. Oh yeah? Mind telling me what they looked like? What type of boat did they rent? Well, they were a man, middle-aged Navy type. With a bit of a beard. I think he said he was an officer. No, a lieutenant colonel? I thought it was a bit odd for someone from the Navy to be renting a civilian boat, but I didn't really think much of it. I mean, we get all kinds. Still, it's not every day do you see people renting an orbital sail with a small barge attached. An orbital sail, those are the vessels with orbital engines that propel them more easily than a regular sailboat. Those engines are only auxiliary, however, as they don't provide much in the way of horsepower. That being said, if the barge is small enough to carry a single vehicle, the engine may just be sufficient enough to tow it. This Navy guy sounds like he's our target. Did the boat already leave? Yes, I barely take my eyes off them for a second before they were gone. It sounds like there's more going on here than I thought. Should I not have rented out the equipment? Nah, you've got nothing to worry about. Anyway, I think we've got a pretty good idea of the scale of this scheme now. Let's find a place where we can sort through everything we've learned so far. Well, at least now we know the entire sequence of events. So to sum it up, we have people who believe the culprit's bringing a truck to the theater, moving it to the warehouse, and then renting a boat with a barge. At every location, they were disguised to look like someone who could feasibly have business there. But we were given two descriptions. A young guy with green hair dressed like a security guard and a middle-aged Navy officer. We don't know what the guy pretending to be a Red Star employee looked like, but do you think they were all different people in disguise? I have heard there's a phantom thief capable of mimicking the likeness of various people, and by himself, no less. Although he seems to be an isolated case, we should be careful not to discount the possibility that this is the work of a single individual. That's true.
Oh.
I've got a feeling we're dealing with multiple culprits here. I mean, if it really was just one guy, there wouldn't be any point in making it all so complicated, right? They were probably only handing a car off to one another disguised so that it would be harder to track down. Makes sense to me. So, who's behind it? You figured out everything? You figured everything out already, haven't you? Well, the first people who come to mind are amateur thieves. I'm thinking it might just be a small group of amateur thieves. If a bigger organization was involved, they would have put together a plan with a higher chance of success. These guys prepped the warehouse and boat right before committing the crime, which makes me think there wasn't a whole lot of brainpower involved. I mean, regardless of speculation, though, they did still manage to get away with it. I agree. Looking at their plan, it seems to be a bit rushed and simplistic. It was put together very haphazardly. They seem to have only succeeded by being well coordinated and light on their feet. I must say, it also seems unlikely that the visit from the Revenue Service had anything to do with them. Yeah, that was a little too convenient for my liking, but it's probably not as relevant as we thought. Let's go back over what we know about these guys again. They're capable of rudimentary disguise, trust each other, operate as a small unit, and work fast. You guys also remember a certain threesome that fit that bill? Oh, you mean those guys we dealt with in Tharbad last year? The Devancy brothers. This incident certainly does seem to fit their MO. Yep, looks like they broke out. And according to a recent search, it seems they managed to break out of jail just a few weeks ago. It's still unclear how they escaped, but it's likely they had outside assistance. Well then, that settles that. All we gotta do now is hunt them down. You know where they went, don't you? Yeah, they must have taken the dragon chariot too. Heilong Chengjai. Most people tend to keep their distance from the place, but it's still just close enough to get in with an orbital sail. Shit, that's the last place I wanted to go. Makes sense though, there's a reason Almada used it for their hideout. It practically screams, hey, hide your stolen shit here, dude. But what do you think they're going to do with it all the way over there? If they wanted to sell it off, they'd have to load it up again and take it somewhere else, wouldn't they? That's why I thought Heilong Chengjai gave off more of a stench than the eroded cave. It's not easy to tell just by looking at a map. But on the east side of Heilong Chengjai, there's a small path that links back up to the main highway. There is? I mean, that place was used for mining after all. Makes sense that they'd have a few roads for transportation. Gotta be long abandoned by now, though. If they disguise the dragon chariot somehow while they have it on Heilong Chengjai, then there would no issue taking it to land from there. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Yeah, damn, they sure picked a hell of a target right after getting out of the slammer. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get our asses over to Heilong Chengjai. Joe over at the Eastern Quarters Wharf should be able to hook us up with a boat. Hey, the boat. The boat. Eastern Quarter, he said. No? Huh? Confusing? Oh, okay. Not so confusing.
Where's your next?
Where you zooming? I didn't shop you? Oh no, you're the antique seller. I shopped you enough.
This must be the Eastern Quarter. Last year.
Give me a boat. Ben and the others, in an effort to track down the dragon chariot, decided to once again travel to Heilong Chengjai. Soon after... Whoa, look at that, guys. An orbital sail on a barge. I knew it. What if they had a big wave and the car flew off the barge?
Right.
Rough. That seems to be just use surmise, Mr. Arkwright. Yeah, I'm good like that. They probably haven't taken the chariot too far. I bet we'll find them pretty close by. Let's be careful going forward. Oh! That car we saw when we initially came here with the badass everything,
Yeah.
that was the dragon chariot.
Oh.
Yes, sir. You got it. Understood. Yep. Nice work out there, brothers. If we manage to get this thing's bits and bobs on the black market, our Mirror Woes will be ancient history. Before you know it, we'll be out of Calvert and making a name for ourselves in a whole new part of the world. We could never have done it without your foolproof plans, big bro. Who else would have thought to get somebody to meddle with the revenue service? Nobody, that's who. Alright, that's enough praise for me. Besides, you guys played your parts to a T as well. I must say, your disguises have gotten pretty convincing lately. Still, I think one of us is really ought to consider changing his hair color next time. Hey, the hair's what makes me, me. No way I'm getting rid of it anytime soon. Well, whatever, we should be proud of this one, boys. The bonds of brotherhood have secured us yet another victory. Let's say we crack open a bottle and have a toast. We deserve a little reward, don't you think? We can always just slip out the abandoned pathway tomorrow. Well, ain't that sweet? Brotherly love sure is a beautiful thing, right, man? No doubt about that, and they even let us listen in on their little plan. Nice group of guys, I gotta say. Too bad it's all about the time you're gonna get to celebrate, though. Hope you losers are ready to be back behind bars. If your bonds run so deep, then why not put all the energy into something that actually helps others for once? I'm afraid we have you cornered, Devancy brothers. Turn yourselves in, and we promise to do you no harm. What are you doing here? Actually, haven't I seen you somewhere before? They're the guys that foiled our plans back in Tharbad. The Spriggan? Why did it have to be you again? Hey, we're not all that thrilled to run into you crooks either. You boys are at the end of your rope. And speaking of rope, how about you stand still so we can tie you three up? What, you really think we're just gonna back down? You've meddled in our plans for the last time, Spriggan. You're toast. Don't go getting all cocky just because you took us down once before. We'll give you a real run for your money this time. With me, brothers. You got it, brother.
For you to focus.
Destroy it! You're freaking dead! Fine, let's play.
Oh, brother. I definitely hit that button, but yeah, whatever. God, I can't believe we lost these bastards again. I swear on my soul, this won't be the last you hear of the Devancy brothers. Just kill them already. Yeah, we always bounce back. Just wait until we get out of prison. You'll get what's coming to you eventually. You're gonna regret ever messing with us, Spriggan. Maybe you guys could just learn your lesson and stop thieving already. You can act tough all you like, but that's about all the least scary thing I've heard all week. Well, it takes care of these idiots. Now I'm just worried about the car. Is it okay? It would seem so. Nothing more than a few minor abrasions. I think we can return to our client as is. At least the parts will make getting it back to Longport a little easier. Right, let's bring it back to the theater. What's wrong, Van? No. I'm gonna drive it along the highway.
Your plate, I'm sorry.
What's worse, it was tangled up in all your hair down there, too.
I'm sure it was.
It was. I'm just remembering something they mentioned earlier. Like how you're going to get any more out of me. You guys said something about getting somebody to meddle with the revenue service, didn't you? So the auditing was part of your little heist after all. Oh yeah, the timing was certainly suspect. Is that all? Fine. If you want to know who our partner in crime is, I'll tell you. The truth is, I don't actually know their name. What? I thought you guys were all buddy-buddy. And here I was thinking you had connections to some big hotshot. Well, I guess I don't mind spilling a few secrets. See, we got word from someone who used a pseudonym that they wanted to help us out. The only condition was that we had to cause some kind of an uproar in Longport, and it had to be today. Said they'd even lay all the groundwork. Wow, you sure know how to pick 'em, boss. Looking at you using strangers to your advantage. Nice going, bro. What is with these guys? For real, you'd think they'd be more angry about the whole being used as pawns thing. So someone's been trying to stir things up in Longport. But it's whoever betrayed the Lu family. It'd make sense if they were the ones pulling the strings here, too. Anyway, before we return the Dragon Chariot, we'd better decide what we're going to do with these guys. It would probably be best just to put even more stress on Hayway if we tried to push them off on them. So let's try and come up with something else. Let's see. I say we give him the Marduk, but what does Game Pack say? Game Pack says give him the Marduk.
Chaos.
Sorry, boys. Them's the breaks. I mean, they did break out of prison and all. After all, this is a problem the police need to fix, not the guild. But considering it's the same force that arrested Fan Lu, it is possible that whoever's been pulling the strings inside Hayway lately had a hand in all this. Maybe the better option is to turn them over to Marduk? Huh? Why Marduk? I see Marduk engaged in various risk management research opportunities that pertain to maintaining public safety. It would require a great deal of paperwork, but it should be possible for the company to take temporary custody of the Devancy brothers. Fortunately, Mirabelle and the security chief are currently in Longport, so they'll be able to assist in making the handover as smooth as possible. Jeez, can't say I'm a huge fan of letting a PMC have so much authority. But I guess you guys do kind of have a knack for stuff like this. Fine, I'll let it slide. It's definitely more on the gray side, legally speaking, but hey, that's where we operate best, right? Anyway, I'd appreciate if you could take care of all the formalities for us, Rosette. Of course, it shouldn't take long at all. And so, thanks to Van and crew, the Devancy brothers were captured once again. With the case now closed, the Dragon Chariot was soon returned to the theater where it should await its new owner. Thank you so much for all you've done. I'm so glad we were able to get the Chariot back in one piece. We don't need to worry about Red Star's reputation taking a plummet either. Yes, now that we have the car back, tonight's auction should be able to proceed as planned. Thank you all. I hope you know how grateful we truly are. It was no biggie. I just did what any fellow car lover would do. Don't you think it's time you got a new hobby, old man? I'm real glad it all worked out. I'm sure this car means a lot to the people of Longport. It does indeed. In times like these, that's all the more reason for us to upkeep the tradition. Hopefully, it'll help bring back some sense of normalcy. We'll make sure the reward is posted to your account right away. Thank you again for all you've done. Sure thing, it was no sweat. Just remember to keep your eyes peeled in the future, yeah? Don't want anyone to get the drop on you again.
Well done, everyone.
Oh, excuse me.
Reward deposited.
We did it, yay!
Chaos. Red Dot.
Yes. Mere chaos through mere advanced synchronization.
Ah.
That we were going for. That's what we truly want.
Modifying your orb meant, are you?
Right up 50%. Strength on strength plus 10%, defense up 20%, speed up 30%, evasion critical rate plus 16, accuracy plus 80, damage to enemies plus 60, rate plus 50%.
I knew you couldn't resist.
I mean, just give him full critical damage, I guess. Just have him fucking go, 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 go. Alright.
Let's be honest.
To the Bracer Guild. Away. Hey, Xiaoling. So you've come, Spriggan. Well, if it isn't the little girlie from the Gecko School. I hear that your big brother's here in Longport. Lilian, right? I thought he was trying to put some space between himself and home. Memory serves he was working at a department store in Edith. You said you wanted to have a bout with him while he's here. Hasn't it been a while since you've seen each other? This is the only way he'll listen to me. I'll need your help to get it done. That's why I'm challenging him to a bout. Ideally, I'd like to pair with one of you for it. A fight between siblings? Maybe we'll ask why he would do such a thing. My brother is next in line to take over as the head of the Gecko School. And yet, he's run off to the capital. I'd like to convince him to return home. The Gecko School's dojo. That's over in the second ward. You don't agree with what he's decided to do, so you want to fight him and win and force him to take on his responsibilities. Is that it? Not exactly a complicated plan. And complicated is kind of our thing, you know? Seems pretty satisfied with his life in Edith. Why not just let him be? I understand the path he's chosen, but we were born to the main house of the Gecko School. As a family with deep roots here in Longport, we have a duty to our heritage. No, you don't. Well, I get all that, but why can't you just fight him one-on-one? Because I want him to take the fight seriously, which I know he won't do if it's just me. That's why I'd like to duel him in a pair. If he has to deal with more than one opponent, he'll have no choice but to fight in earnest. Spriggan, please help me. I don't really want to. Basically just telling him how to live his life. Dumb shit. Yeah, I got it. We'll help you out. We know you guys pretty well after all. Thank you. I really appreciate this. Alright, in that case, I'll pair up with you, Xiaoling. It's been a while since I sparred with Lilian. I wonder if he's got any new tricks. Does that mean you'll be going up against both Van and your brother, though? Is that okay with you, B-Rank? What's that supposed to mean, brat? Mr. Wei, did you attend Xiaoling's dojo as a child? Yeah, I mostly just went there to play when I was a kid, but Lilian helped me train sometimes, too. He used to be a real hard-ass, though, but I think I prefer that over the whole lazy bit he's been pulling lately. Back then, everyone in the dojo wanted to be just like him. Ah, the nostalgia. But now's not the time to be getting sentimental. Let's head over to the dojo.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
Wait, ring. So, instead of being 2-on-1, it's 2-on-2, which means he's still able to not take it seriously?
Off we go.
That's... yeah, okay. You good? Heard that yawn. Oh, I'm kind of yawning. Well, if it isn't Van, you're a ways away from Edith, friend. I'm surprised you knew I was... Ah, yes, my little sister. I'm sure this will be exciting. You got the perfect buns. Brother, I demand we have a duel. Your skills have withered in your self-exile. As your family, it is my duty to beat you back into shape. Well, that's no way to greet your brother, Xiaoling. Right on the steps of the dojo, no less. Anyway, I'll have you know that I came here of my own volition to renew my sense of purpose. Like I'd believe that. You're just snooping around because Baba is out. Oof, saw right through me, huh? Sorry about my little sister trying to drag you into this mess, Van. Look, Xiaoling, I'm just a pharmacist now. I've already decided to leave the way of the martial arts to you. I only came back here on a whim. Hey, would you mind guys escorting her home? Brother! Stop treating her like a child. She came here to talk to you about something serious. Don't you think you're being rude? She's trying to tell me how to live my life. She's the rude one. She may be your little sister, but she still deserves your respect. No. You can at least hear what she has to say. Oh, struck a nerve, small fry. Big brother Kasim being all awesome got you self-conscious. You couldn't even kill a little girl in the first game who was turned zombie. I see. I guess you're right. Very. Thank you. Lilian, I've never given up my dream of bringing you back to the dojo. So if I win our duel, promise me that my dream will come true. In return, if I lose, I'll resign as my position as a bracer. Hey, hold on a second. You would go that far? I see. You're very determined, aren't you, Shaoling? After all, you even brought the Spriggan along, which means you knew I wouldn't go along with this otherwise. I take it you understand my resolve, then. Now, let's... However, I cannot accept those terms. I'm assuming you planned on me pairing up with Van? Someone from another school in a battle to decide who succeeds the Gekka? You see where I'm going with this, right? You have a point. He's got me there. I wonder who would make a good replacement. Not that I plan to help search for one, mind you. My poor old back would simply give out on me. Hey, I thought you were finally taking this seriously. It really didn't sound like he'd be budging anytime soon. So now we gotta find someone to take Van's place, huh? What a pain in the ass. A martial artist that can not only match Lilian's superior skill, but also a practitioner of the Gekka school. I doubt many fit the bill. There's gotta be someone we know. What about the guy at Longkai Clinic? I see. Yeah, I'm sure he'd be a good match. Let's go have a talk with him. Please be here. No, it's in the first ward.
We go.
Oh, did you hurt something?
You're finally awake?
Yes.
Yep.
Allow me to assist. Hope to see you again.
Stop being awake now.
I'll give you scratchies.
No, you can't. Van gave brief explanation of the situation to Shen Li. I see. I thought I heard something about Lilian's return. Oh, great. A pharmacist teaming up with a pharmacist to fight. Great. Please, if there's anything you can do to help us. As a bracer and as a member of the Gekka school, I'm sure you can imagine how I feel coming to you of all people. Wow, okay. Rude. But if this is the only way to convince my brother, then I have no problem asking a former Zhang Shou for help. Oh, shit. Former Zhang Shou? I've heard the price is high for leaving the role of Zhang Shou. Well, I won't deny it. Look, we have no intention of digging into your past. All we need is a little help. I'm assuming you know Lilian? Yeah, I guess you could call us childhood friends. We used to go to the dojo together. There's lots of Gekka practitioners in Heiyui's ranks. I've never stopped training, but not because I want to keep up with my Zhang Shou days. No, I keep training because I'm committed to never performing arts of violence ever again. I think that's more than enough about me, though. To be honest, I'm a bit skeptical of what Lilian's true intentions are. Yeah, me too. In any event, the past doesn't matter now. I want you to help us as my brother's childhood friend, not as a former Zhang Shou. I expect he remembers the core principle of the Gekka school. Violence is to be rejected, not embraced. Yeah, I remember Master Tai Long teaching us that. Why not give them a hand, then? Dr. Long Kai. I got this covered, Royal. You're worried, no? I think you should do as your heart desires. You're right. For the sake of an old friend, I accept your request. Thank you so much. I'm sure my brother will be thrilled. I was also hoping to finally get a sparring with Van, but it seems that wasn't meant to be. Please, I'm more than happy to sit this one out. Maybe next time. Maybe not. Hey, now, please give me some time to prepare. I'll come by once I finished up over here. Alright, let's head on back to the dojo. No mercy in this dojo.
Heading to the objective.
Come on, Joe. We don't even know what a dojo is. Brother, we found your match. So soon? Well, this certainly wasn't who I was expecting. It's been a while, Lilian. So now even poor Shenli's been dragged into my baby sister's selfish schemes. I imagine you're not exactly thrilled to be here, huh? To the contrary, I'm just glad to get the chance to help a friend in need. Look, if you want to keep lazing around for the rest of your life, all you gotta do is win. No need for any sappy shit. But you're gonna have to clear up all the stuff you threw out to the wayside. Your actions affect more than just you. I guess running away is a bad look. Alright, I accept your challenge, Zhao Ling. Yes, that's all I wanted to hear. I wasn't so sure he would accept. You've got this, girl! I'll be expecting you not to pull your punches, Zhao Ling. Now, let's do this! Of course!
Point shards. Let's do this, Shaolin. We won't go easy.
Going
Rude. And they're dead. Boring. We did it, Aaron. We won. Like there was ever any doubt. Oof. My bones haven't seen that much action in a long time. You don't even look winded, Aaron. I didn't think I'd ever get to fight alongside you again, Chen-Li. Your skills sure have gone dull, though. Well, I could say the same to you. Let's just say we both did our best and leave it at that. You know, I think this duel has given me a better understanding of you, Lilian. And still, I believe you to be the best choice for taking over the dojo. You're more than qualified, even as you are now. It's what Baba wants, too. I'm glad to hear you say that, Xiaolin. I really am. However, I'm afraid I cannot honor your request. I'm sorry. But you promised. You said if I won, you'd take over the dojo. Unfortunately, little sister, that isn't quite what I said. Besides, don't you think it's a little strange for a person who just lost a duel to be put in charge of a martial arts school? Why are you so... The request was just for us to participate in the fight. Now that it's finished. Oh, screw it. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt to give him a push in the right direction. I attempt to provoke him, then he should go to violence, right? And violence is bad. Bend the frames. Alright, sounds like that's case closed. Too bad your dream of laying low for the rest of your life didn't come true. Guess it's time for you to turn in your resignation, Xiaolin. What? Haha, there's no need. After all, if I don't honor my promise, she shouldn't have to either. You sneaky SOB. Xiaolin came to you with serious intentions. If you never planned to honor her commitment, then you shouldn't have accepted her challenge in the first place. Brother, you sure know how to make someone feel bad, don't you? What you've said is true. I have no excuse. That said, I'm still not able to give you the answer you want. Whether or not someone is qualified to become the next master isn't simply a matter of martial prowess. There's also a deep sense of purpose, reputation, propriety. These are all necessary qualities for a master to have, and Xiaolin possesses all of them. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Well, you say that. Not to pile on with the girly here, but I remember how the students of the dojo used to look up to you. You had a pretty good reputation back then. Just what the hell happened, man? Did something go down after I stopped coming to the dojo? Lilian. I wonder why he stopped training. Your acquaintances, aren't you, Mr. Arkwright? Yeah, but I wouldn't call us close. We've never really talked about stuff like that. I think I've kind of got an idea of what happened, though. How disappointing. Heads up. The Baba beatdown. Everyone alright? Yeah. I am unharmed. Urgh. Strict as a demon, as always. Brother, are you alright? Yes, everything's fine. Heh. Not bad. You protected the little girl, too. Guess you still do carry the blood of the Gekka school. Why would you attack us like that? Because of you, my brother? The Zheng Shou who ended up at Longkai Clinic, huh? Better than where our own ended up, I suppose, but not quite as satisfying. Sorry I don't live up to your expectations. I felt some kind of energy in the area and decided to drop by. I'm pleased to see some familiar faces. Well then, I'll be taking my leave now. Who was that? You might have come across as a jerk, but I'm sure you see how powerful his technique was. Yeah, he's the one that's been stirring up rumors recently. The strongest Gekka practitioner there is. He's the one that Asha told us about. The foremost fighter of the Lai family. I see. That would explain his strength. Doesn't seem like he's involved in what's going on, though. And he just shows up and leaves like nothing. That info we got from before seems suspicious now. Yeah. He didn't even try to test my strength. I don't like him. I hope I never see him again. You know, he actually trained at the dojo about a year ago. Seemed like every student there wanted to challenge him. He defeated them all with ease, including me. So that's why you lost your nerve. Yes, when he defeated me, I felt the overwhelming gap between our abilities. It was too much for me to overcome. But I believe I now understand the reason for our differences. Huh? Well, that's not what I expected. This doesn't mean that I'm going to return to the way of martial arts, though. However, the emptiness in my soul, it feels a bit more full now. Brother. Anyway, I believe our father ought to be returning soon. I think I'll take my leave here. Xiaolin, I'm sorry for leaving you with such a heavy burden. Hold on, we're not done here! Well, that was a pretty weird interruption. Still, at least everything turned out alright in the end. Yeah, I'll say. We should probably keep an eye out for that guy in the future, though. Yeah. Lilian. I trust you'll be able to move forward with your life now. Oh, Dad says, yeah, you're fine. Get out of here. Dad's like, get out of here, you rascal. He's a little rascal. Alright. Here's where we're going to call the video for now. As always, thank you all for watching. If you're enjoying the series and you'd like to see more, like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and follow me on Twitch, ArkNova3.
Till then.